happy Tuesday and welcome to my top 5 makeup picks from 2017. As I said in yesterday's video where I shared my skincare favorites, if you missed it, I'll link it down below. But as I said in yesterday's video, I am choosing 5 items for each category this week. It's really hard for me to narrow it down to 5 in every single category, so just because you are not seeing me mention something here doesn't mean it's not on my favorites list. It just means that I'm trying to keep these videos as short as possible and trying to limit the amount of talking that I'm doing because I know that shorter videos are often appreciated. So, in the spirit of brevity, let me share with you my top 5 makeup picks from 2017. Some of these things, you already know what's coming. Most of these things, probably not news to you guys, but we're gonna go through them anyway. We're gonna start with my favorite primer SPF moisturizer that I talk about probably in every 3rd video on my channel. It is the Paula's Choice Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense. This really is all 3 of those things for me. It is my daily SPF because it has an SPF of 30. It is my daily moisturizer because it does provide some really nice lightweight hydration to my very oily skin, so I don't need a lot of hydration. And it acts as a primer, so it actually helps to control the oil production on my face. It has a little bit of a tint to it. It's kind of like a skin color tint. And I put it on every single day and it's wonderful and it's amazing and I just will never ever be without this. If you've never tried this, I'm telling you, it's amazing. And I can't imagine not having this in my life. It is, I feel like it's a reasonable price. By the way, everything will be linked down below. I feel like it's a reasonable price point. I feel like a tube of this lasts me a very long time and it protects my face. And that is very important to me. I spend a lot of time and effort and money on skincare, and if I'm not protecting my face before I put all of my makeup on and all of the other stuff, then it's pointless spending money on all that skincare. Buy yourself an SPF. It's like my biggest piece of advice for you. I don't care if it comes from the drugstore. If you like this Australian Gold, slap this on your face. Or right now, I'm testing this, the Murad Invisibler Perfecting Shield Broad Spectrum SPF 30. Whatever, just pick an SPF, put it on your face. I highly recommend this one. My foundation, this year I really kind of got away from using loose powder foundation. I still love the Everyday Minerals Semi-Matte Base, love it. But I do love having a pressed powder foundation, and you guys know it. It is the Laura Geller Baked Balance and Brighten. I am in the color Fair. I love it. I finally got like the Big Mama Jama from QVC this year. Normally they are not quite this large. I love this product. It provides the right amount of color correction that I need on my face. It evens things out. It just makes my skin look pretty. I don't need a ton of coverage, thankfully, because I am like an avid skincare user. I don't have a lot of things to cover up anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. This provides a nice light to medium coverage. It is buildable for me to medium if I want it to be, but usually I'm good with just like one go over on top of my skin with a fluffy brush like the Real Techniques. This is from their Blue Squirrel collection, or better yet even, where is it? Because people always ask me what I like to use for my powder foundation. This guy right here, the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores number 701. I'll link this one down below. You're gonna drop some coin on this one. It's in like the $50 to $60 range. However, it'll last you for years and years and years if you take good care of it. So I recommend, if you are a loyal powder foundation user, get yourself a really nice high-end brush that you know will last, that is really good quality, that applies the product beautifully. It makes a big difference. But this, I love it. There are a lot of you that even have dry skin that say that this is a holy grail product for you. It's not just for us oily skin girls. powder foundation. I think most people think like, ew, no, I can't get what I need from that. I'm too dry. It won't look right. Try the Balance and Brighten. It's phenomenal. Okay, here we go. My mascara discovery this year. So many of you told me that this is amazing. It's the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara, and I was really reluctant to try it because I thought, it's $28 a tube. I can't. I can now because I discovered how fabulous it is. I have purchased several this year. This is actually a new one. I'm not going to open it. I did do an in-depth review of it. I'll link the review down below. It's amazing. It's one coat coverage if I need it to be. It volumizes my lashes. If I put 2 coats on, honestly, my lashes look like they are false lashes. It never gets clumpy or goopy. It doesn't flake. It doesn't smudge. It doesn't transfer. It washes off easily at night. It's amazing. The only downfall is that it's $28 a tube. Now you can buy the little guys, which I would actually probably recommend doing, just because for me personally, I actually get the same amount of use out of like one of those, like a mini tube of mascara as I do as a big one, because I replace my mascara every 6 to 8 weeks. I know some of you think that's excessive, but I have seen people with eye infections and I do not want one of those. And mascara tubes really can be a breeding ground for bacteria, all kinds of stuff. I'm just not willing to risk it. I disinfect all of my makeup periodically. I will, wipe it down with a Lysol wipe on the outside. I will spray the inside lightly with just like either a 70% alcohol or 90% alcohol. It helps to keep things clean. I do have quite a bit of makeup in my collection, and some of it is older, and I'm not quite ready to get rid of it yet, but I feel like I'm doing a good job of just keeping, especially the powder products. You have a little bit more leeway with those. But with things like this, I would replace it often. Okay, I did want to throw in a lip product because I do love lip products. You guys know that I love mauve, nude, pinky nude lips. I am not a bright lip person. I know so many of you have asked me time and time again to, wear brighter lip colors. I'm just not into it, guys. With makeup, you have to do what's comfortable for you. Every once in a while, I will wear a red lip, but I'm just super self-conscious when I do because, one, I am apparently the world's messiest eater, and whenever I have on red lipstick, it somehow ends up down here, it ends up in the corners of my mouth. And I wear a lip liner, trust me, I do everything I can to like try to make it last and look good, but I just am a mess when it comes to bright lips. And I'm just not gonna do that to myself. I'm not gonna look like a jackass when I'm going to the store and, like I'm drinking my Starbucks and I've got red lipstick, on my chin. I'm not doing it. I'll stick with my nudes. They work great and I like them. I like them on me. This year I did discover or was it last year? I don't know, but I love these. You guys know that I love the Buxom lip glosses, and it was really hard for me to not pull out the Buxom Full-On Lip Cream and Dolly because you know that I love it. Also the Blushing Margarita. This was a tough decision here, but I do really love these Marc Jacobs Enamored lip glosses. They are a gorgeous formulation. They are minty. This is another thing where when Lisa came to visit me over this past summer, Lisa Roberry, we went shopping at Sephora together and I was like, you have to try these lip glosses. They're amazing. And she picked one up in a really bright, pretty kind of raspberry shade. It looked beautiful on her. But she was like, yeah, you're right. These are a wonderful formula. They are not sticky. They stay put. They have that kind of minty taste to them. The color saturation is just perfect. There's nothing bad that I can say about these other than, once again, like the mascara, is a little bit more expensive, but worth the splurge. I mean, you're gonna have a lip gloss for at least a year if you're using it regularly, so splurge on one. This one, by the way, is Skin Deep. This is my latest to my collection. I also love Sugar Sugar, like everybody else, and Pretty Thing, both gorgeous shades as well. And then the last thing that I want to say, I love this year. I don't know if I can count my microblading as a makeup thing, but I'm kind of going to here. I got my brows microbladed and it's life-changing, you guys. It is life-changing. It is something I will absolutely keep up. I will only do it once a year. I can already tell that it will be pretty faded by the time that I go back next fall, this next fall around my birthday, but it's okay because I do still fill them in anyway, just so you guys know. But that's only because I like a more bold brow, especially when I'm on camera. I do sit in front of a pretty bright window, and that does tend to wash me out just a little bit. And I'm so sad that Tarte is doing away with this. I think these are currently on clearance on their website. This shade of gray from the Tarte Amazonian Clay Volumizing Brow Powder line, these guys right here. I don't know why they're doing away with these. This is one of the best brow powders that I have ever used in my entire life. It does not oxidize. That's literally all I have on top of my microbladed brows. It's just the tiniest bit of this powder to fill in just a little bit more, make it just a tiny bit darker for on camera. I love it. This is the most perfect brow powder, and it will always be a favorite for me. I do think I'm gonna pick up maybe a couple more. I have 3 backups in my collection, and one of these will last me over a year. Like, I've got enough brow powder for literally years, but I'm just so bummed that I won't be able to find this again in the future because it does seem to be on its way out. But while you can still get it, if you have never tried it, they have other shades too. Obviously, if you don't have gray hair, you don't need the gray. They have blonde, they have brunette, they have a really nice like ebony shade as well. But this is just such a perfect fit for me, and it's the perfect match to my hair. It works beautifully with the microblading. And I love my brows this year, you guys. I feel like brows for me have definitely is something that has really like evolved over the years, especially on my channel here. I overplucked in the 90s, and I mean, I have some skinny brows. I still have hair, but they are so skinny. And I wanted to look a lot more natural, and I feel like when my brows are more prominent on my face, it looks a little bit more natural for me. I have a very round face. I have a somewhat large head. And I don't view that as a bad thing. I've always had a big head. It's just kind of part of my life. My mom, everybody has teased me about the size of my head growing up, and it's, you know, it's a part of it. But having the skinnier brows did look a little bit silly on my larger face, and I like having a more defined, bolder brow. I'm a fan, and I'm gonna keep up the microblading. I know it's expensive, but it makes it so fast for me in the morning. And I am always going to use this as long as I can get my hands on it, as long as I have backups in my collection. It's a fantastic product. Okay, this video turned out to be a lot longer than what I wanted it to be, but thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next couple of days. We have hair care favorites as well as body care favorites coming up. So thank you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.